Hello and welcome, dearest. How are you? Hello and welcome, dearest. How are you? Oh, good grief. I can't get this off. I'm just setting up. I'm getting everything ready to go. It has been one of those days. Hello. Indo VP. Hello. Did I say that right? How are you today? Oh, good, good. I know pronunciation is important. Very, very important. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're good. You know the word things that, when you're trying to say multiple things at once. I am. I I am doing nails. I I'm sorry. I needed a nap. I just woke up a little while ago and I'm running a little bit behind setting things up and my brain's not quite there yet, but uh doing stamping with the stamping plate, and I'm not sure if you know what those are or how it works or anything about that. So hello to all the new newbies. Welcome, welcome. like I was saying, I'm running just a smidge behind. And these are the, in case you're wondering, because you're not new. See, words are hard. In case you're wondering, because you're new, these are lint-free cotton. Most people in doing nails, they'll use like the cotton balls or the little makeup rounds. These are flatter, and they don't have, because they're lint-free, they don't have the flyaways. And after I use them, I kind of save them because they're really great to lay down and kind of protect your surface. So essentially, for nail stamping, and I'll get this down and then I'll explain. Number one, the main company that I'm affiliated with is GrandmaMiMZi, and they have all kinds of art stuff on their website. They have subscriptions of things that you can get, and I have a lot of other videos that explain all that. But really quick, you have the metal plate that has the image etched, and then you apply the polish, and then you transfer it. And I'll kind of give you a quick overview on how that works. And the company used to have a weekly live every Tuesday, but they've had to step back. So I fill in on the days that on the Tuesdays that they're not live. I have a live because a lot of people in the community were very sad that they weren't going to be there. So I'm just here to kind of be that connection to the community, as that I'm an ambassador, and to kind of fill in for that. And then I decided I would have my own on Thursdays as well. So this is my Thursday time slot. Usually I go live about 2 Pacific time, but today I'm running a bit behind. As I said, I needed a nap. Hi Melissa, how you doing? I'm sorry you didn't get it. I know. I got it, and then it just got pushed back, and it got pushed back, and I'm finally getting to it, and now it's gone. I love the images, but you know what? In my opinion, I think it's really disconnected in the wild ways of the way the images are on the plate. To me, it's a bit scattered, but it's really, really cute if you look at the different images that it does. And yeah, just a girl and her nails. It was a collab that they did. I don't know if they why they don't have it anymore, but there they go. I think a lot of the decisions that GrandmaMiMZi does, words are really hard, so bear with me today. I think GrandmaMiMZi makes decisions based on 3 factors. They're a business trying to stay in business, so there's cost. They're a business, located in Hawaii, so they don't have a whole lot of, land, real estate that they can work with. And Hawaii, being an island, has its own thing. So warehouse has limited real estate. And then, the popularity of things, how much are people going to buy the items? And so, it's cost, it's real estate, and, whether or not it sells. So there's that. I'm doing good today. Today's been a good day. I really don't feel bad physically today, just kind of like not there. And I think a lot of that has to do with, medications and weather. It's hot and windy, it's wild, it's, all that fun stuff. And it was just, the sleep schedule has been kind of a little off the last few days, and I needed a nap. And, when you wake up from a nap, you're not quite you yet. So I'm just kind of like there. And that's why I got it, was the mermaid, for these 2 images. I'm telling you, sometimes there's plates where you get it because you like all of the images, or you get it because there's one image that just, you gotta have it. And it was like, those mermaid tails, gotta have it. So I have not prepped. I'm not ready to go on that part at all, but we're gonna get there. And Remind me, how much time before you start yours? So that I can plan and gauge what time I've got to work on this. Since I have you here, we don't want to run into yours, and I know I started late, so I know you start in what, an hour, 2 hours? No, about 90 minutes, right? Or less. 45 minutes. You start at 7. Okay, well, you and I are in different time zones. So it's 3 o'clock for me. So 7 o'clock Eastern time. 7 minus 3 would be 4. So got an hour. Okay, so got it. I will eventually get that down. I will eventually remember the distinction between the two. One of these days. I know I should know it, but it's like, it just, some things just don't stick like they should. And we have a couple of newbies here today with our channel, joining us, watching, learning about the nail stamping. So basically for the newbies, and Melissa is, Melissa's been at this for a little bit. She's pretty versed in things, so she can answer questions if I don't catch it in time. I'm laying down the base coat. I'm putting down a shade underneath. Because there's Antonio and Indo VP. I still feel like I'm saying that wrong. Okay, this one's not going to show up as much as I thought it would. Okay, that's a little bit of a light shade. So, yikes. Thought it was going to show up darker. I don't know why. Hi, Hillary. How you doing? Oh, wow. You're Melissa, I wish I could help and figure out for that. Your order is traveling all over the country. It went from North Carolina back to California. I hate the shipping. I know, it's so cute, and I've been meaning to share it and play with it, and this is my first chance of, doing things. I just kind of got, I had a huge stack. I mean, you just do not know all the plates that were coming out, all the events that were happening, everything was going on, and I just kind of went, oh, well. I mean, I literally, I don't even know how many, but it was like, the stack was like, it just kept getting bigger. And then I finally have gotten down to about half of it. And if I did a plate every day, it would take me into next month. I'm not kidding. And at this point, I have stopped buying new plates till I can get through the ones I have. Unless it's really, 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 really cute. And then we got to get it. Okay. There's a shade I want to use, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the background. No, I did that one. Did I do that one? No, I didn't do that one. Oh, no, we stopped calling them wish lists. They went from wish list to wish novels because they're as long as a novel. Now they're a wish library because the amount of things we want to get and do is the equivalent of the size of a library. I kid you not. There's just so we make fun of that. Wish library. The only thing I think when I took my nap, I think with my knuckle is not happy. I had an incident a bunch of years ago where I slipped and tripped, or tripped and slipped, how you want to do it. I landed and it was not pretty. We did not default well in the walking. And I I was going across a section of grass that was the beauty stuff that businesses have around their property from the parking lot to the sidewalk, and I was on my way trying to catch the bus, crazy me, and this was a bunch of years ago. And as I was going across, they had cement pavers, the little stepping stone things, and I didn't see them, and I stepped on one and slid, and as I slid, the decorative rocks became one with my forehead. And yeah, ever since then I've had issues with the knuckle because I knocked into, a bunch of other things. So yeah, I hit it hard enough. I had a traumatic brain injury. That was my first. It was minor. It was a very, very tiny one, but I did have issues with that, and I did kind of fracture some things. And so now it's every now and then when the weather does weird things, or if I sleep on it wrong, or whatever the case, that knuckle just is not happy. And today it's like these two knuckles are just not happy today. Yeah, I have the poop plates too, and the Tigger is on the. Um, I was waiting for a bunch of reasons, but yeah, I was planning on getting the Tigger one. You like my terminology? Yeah, it hurt. It hurt for a while, and then there was this liquid that I was drinking back then, because actually it's always been a little bit pricey and expensive, but it got way pricey, so it was like, yeah, okay, fine. But it's called joint juice, and it does not taste well. But it's one of those things that it's kind of like, you eat your spinach because it's good for you, not necessarily because you like it. I'm not a fan of cooked spinach, but I'll eat it like in a salad or something, or on a sandwich. I like it. I like fresh spinach. I don't like cooked spinach. There's just something about that. But there you go. I digress. But at this point, so yeah, we would drink the joint juice, and I think they still make it every now and then, or have it, but it's like you can't buy it in a single bottle anymore. You have to buy it by a box of 12 or something, and it's like $20 for, I don't know, 8 or 12. It's expensive because the cans are like, it's not like it's a big can. It's not like it's a 12-ounce can. It's like, I want to say 6 or 8 or something. So uh, your Mima used to ask if we fell what kind of shinies we had on. If they were tennis shoes, she would call them slick butt shoes. The term stuck. I'm not saying the naughty word. Not because I wouldn't say the naughty word, but because, well, various places here on the interwebs don't like certain words. The word would be, if you spelled it out, would be letter A and then dollar sign, dollar sign. I was going to do one thing, but then I decided, nope, we'll do something else. Because, you know, my kids learned I had a potty mouth like a sailor on leave. A drunken sailor on leave. You know, and it would be, you know what, Mama can do it, you can't. So don't let me catch you. And don't think you're going to get away with nothing, because you're not. And they knew. So, if you got short little nails, you're not going to be able to get both, but you can get one. Let there be elimination. Arse? Yes. Well, arse for me is normal because that's kind of the English, Irish, Celtic concepts of growing up for me. The whole having a posh grandmother. And no, we didn't curse around her because that would be bad. She was posh, and she was one of those lady grandmas. Oh my gosh. And the funny thing is that she was super nice and super sweet, and you know, I always thought she was really, you know, a caring and wonderful person. And it was funny because I found out later on that her and my grandmother, my mom's mom, did not get along. The posh sophisticated grandmother, great grandmother, did not like her daughter-in-law, which was my grandmother. And my grandmother she was awesome. She was an amazing grandmother, I'm telling you. At least to me. But then again, out of the 17 grandkids that they had, I was at the bottom. There was my younger sister, who was the youngest cousin, and then there were 2 younger cousins between her and I, and then me. I was 4th from the bottom. So, yeah, I remember in our conversation that Melissa's got her family traced back to the 1500s. I traced my great-grandmother, my mom's side of the family, her dad, her paternal side of the family, it's his mother that didn't like her mother. And I traced them all the way back to as far as the records went, to the beginning of the time that records were, you know, available. That I found all of them going all the way back. It was hysterical. But I know no details of anybody. There's nobody that knew any stories about anything. So it's just like, well, there you go. I have names, I have dates, that's about it. I mean, you know, and locations and whatnot. But other than that, it's kind of like there's not a whole lot of details. I just know that based on the address and everything, they had money. And I think the thing is that, sorry to say, I think my great-grandmother was a bit snobbish because my grandmother probably didn't come from money based on the way I understand things to be. So there's that. And trying to figure out which one I was going to do. I picked a lot of dark shades and didn't really grab a bunch of the white or the lighter shades. I just don't know how well they're going to do together. I was just kind of going, okay, let me grab something really quick. Like I said, brain was not completely awake when we started this. I do apologize. Do we still have our newbies? Did I lose you? Are you getting the idea? I hope you're still here. Are you understanding the process? So just really quick, you put the polish down. These are called the scraper cards. This is the stamper because it's squishy and you use this to stamp with. So you're putting the polish down, you're scraping it across, and you're applying it to the nail using this. So it kind of goes in a reverse reflection of things. Hope that makes sense. Don't get distracted, because if you don't pay attention long enough, you will mess things up. That one is not bright enough to actually show up. Wow, I did some stunning choices today. Like falling and hitting my head. It is, but we're going to make it prettier. Thank you. When I picked my shades from She Modern, which is a different company, I'm an ambassador for them as well. When I picked my shades, it's like when you're looking at it on the screen, they look completely different. And I don't know what mood I was in that I was picking things, but I got some very odd shades that are super similar, and they're really neon-y pastels, so it's like they don't actually work in my mind the way I thought they were going to, so there's that. Fill in that part right there. That shows up a little better. My brain is thinking. It's thinking on the sly. I'm thinking that's a moon. I'm hoping that's what that's supposed to be. So you have the fish, the mermaid fin, and the moon, and the stars. Tighten your lids, put them back the way they belong, because when you go to pick things up, they're not. Otherwise, you drop things, and you make a mess, and then you're covered in polish. Yes, Melissa? We tend to knock things over a lot. I hope that was in camera. Yeah, that's why I said that, because you and me both. It's like, I know I'm where I'm kind of sort of in the frame, and then sometimes I'm trying to get to where I think you can see, and then I can hold the image up to where, it needs to be. And sometimes it's like, oh, but I'm not in the frame, because I'm looking at what I'm doing, not necessarily where it picks up. No, that one's not gonna. I thought it wasn't going to show up, and it didn't. Of course, though, I don't think, Melissa, that you have spilled things as nearly as bad as I did on my Halloween episode of doing the polish from, it wasn't last year's box, it was the previous year's box. I spilled nearly a fourth of the bottle. I had green lime polish everywhere for days, because it kind of sort of, even though I cleaned it off, it was like I wasn't using like enough nail polish remover to get it off of my skin. It was just washing, and it was like 2-3 days later I was still finding polish. I don't remember the name of it, but it was almost this color. And the one that was with the circus. Jeepers, Vespers. It had a wild name. Yeah, it's still on my channel. You can go back and see the unboxing, because I went after I got the box. Basically, what I do is I'll do each of the 13 items. I'll do them individually with the unboxing, you know, and the story. And then I do the whole unboxing and reveal everything all in one video. And I do that so that if there's people who want to see just a specific item, because I know a lot of other people do, a lot of people just do the whole unboxing all at once, and it's about a 30-minute video. Well, I'll do, you know, 4 or 5-minute videos with each of the individual items, so that if you want to go see everything close up and personal instead of just the ripping of the packages. And then I'll go and do the whole unboxing for those that want to see the whole unboxing. And then I come back with each of the items and go, okay, here's the item. You know, here's the polish. This is what it looks like, and do a swatch and do some stamping. I'll do kind of like the card. Where did I stick it? I'll do kind of like this with the plates, and show off the individual plates, what's on the plates, and then I'll come back like this and do the artwork with it. So I get a bunch of videos from each of the items so that you can get the in-depth of it. I deep dive. It's not just, here's the unboxing and there you go. I play with the whole box. Trickster sounds about right. He was a trickster. And like I said, I went to go pick up the bottle like this, and the lid came off, and I caught it, and I had polish everywhere. It doesn't quite look like it in the video, because I kind of, you know, continued on, but I'm telling you, it was one, like I said, it was this kind of a greenish yellow, and it kind of didn't really show up on my hands as much as the mess that it made. It spilt. You know, heaven forbid. So I make a point of, like you said, if you don't move them and you don't have them out of the way the right way, you will knock them over. And I did. Completely. And that was my learning lesson, to go, listen, at least put it back on enough that it's got a catch in the groove, so that you're not completely wearing it. And that you have a better than the 3-second rule to try and stop it from. Okay, so that wasn't a bad idea. Which one did I use? Black Magic? So I did the Black Magic over it, and then I did, speaking of, put the polish on. This is Faye. And the Black Magic gives it the sparkle underneath, and the camera is just not picking it up. There we go. It's like it does and then it doesn't. There's something about that. Let me zoom in. No, too much, not enough. I don't know. I hope you can see it. Gives it a nice little... It should be interesting. Glitter is fun if you do it, you know, do we want to do, are you using glitter or are you using this stuff is dangerous. Faye is, oh my gosh, yeah, it's such a lovely color. Oh my goodness. Happy Faye. Trying to think, how do I want to do this? Oh, yeah. You know, I was cleaning things up and organizing, trying to put things in a specific way, and I don't know what I did with it. So that iridescent one that we got, I've been meaning to play with it, but I've lost it in my house, in my collection of things. So it's like, as I'm going through and cleaning things up, I'm trying to. Because there was one that we got, like a bunch of them in a row, that no matter, there was a couple of them that were white and snowy and other things, and they just did not, you put a top coat over them and they just didn't pay off. I was not happy with that. Oh, good grief. I put the lid on that one, I can't get it undone. Oh yeah, the flocking one, I used it once. I liked the texture of it. I'm not gonna lie. The way it felt, it felt nice. It was fluffy on your finger. It felt like a teddy bear. It really had a nice feel to it. But there's no way to top coat it. The second you top coated it, it became weird. And you had to put a really thick layer of top coat to be able to encase it. Yeah. Um, I used it once to just, use it, and then that was it. Didn't do it again. Um, because, well, like you said, it was weird. I think they had the idea for it, and then the idea just didn't land. Whatever they decided to do, I think that was a ginormous flop, and they're not going to do it again. Because even their video of it, when they were, showing it and whatnot, they were not thrilled with it. There was a couple of them that it's like, and there was a couple of brown polishes that they're going, well, Dev's comment was, well, sometimes you need a certain shade, and I'm going, yes, but this is a color everyone's going to associate with something, and it's just not pretty. It was the weirdest thing, but I love Maniology. In case Maniology's watching, this is why I say almost everything they do. I absolutely love their products. It's just, nobody can be great all the time, and every now and then you have a flop. And, well, there was this brown color and that fluffy, poofy, weird flocking stuff. Those two were flops. And, out of 7 years of, doing things, and they've only got, maybe 4 or 5 things that were not great. That's a pretty good track record. Hi, Robin. How you doing? I haven't heard anything from my newbies. I don't know if they bailed on me, if they didn't, I had a couple of newbies, didn't know anything about stamping. I was sharing, and then, we were talking and doing things like we normally do, talking about the stuff that we normally talk about, and I didn't mean to scare them away. Just, I explained it briefly and was trying to show things the way they go. I'm late, so you're fine. I started an hour late today because I needed a nap. And me, I'm not throwing Hubster under the bus, but I'm going to tell you the truth. He didn't like getting up in the morning. For him being a morning person, he kind of is, but at the same time, when it's the morning to get up to go to work, he ain't a morning person. He's tired. I totally understand and relate. But it's like he wants to lay there, and you're like, get up. And he goes, I am. No, you're laying there. That's not getting up is actually getting horizontal and moving. You're not moving. You're not getting up. Yes, I am. No, you're not. You're still laying. That's not getting up. Please get up. Till we have to do the elbow. Come on, get up. You gotta get up. Stop. I know you're tired, but there you go. Oh, I'm sure they'll be back. I like to make sure everybody's welcome. And Melissa came in and we were talking about things. And then I had another gal. What was it? Hillary came in. So we're all chatting. And I did go back and kind of go, well, here's how the stamping works. And I haven't heard from them since. So I didn't mean to ignore them. Nobody likes to be ignored, so I'm sorry if you felt ignored. I wasn't doing it on purpose. I'm a morning person, oddly. If to be honest, I'm going to tell you the truth. If I am allowed, without interruptions, to go to sleep at 7 o'clock and get up at 3, I'm a happy camper. And that's not the timeline most people like. And for me, I was never a morning person. I was never one that would like to get up and I have trouble sleeping all the time. And I'm looking at the clock and it's really late and it's like, please, I'm so tired. I just want to go to sleep and I can't get to sleep or I can't stay asleep. And then when it would come around to, 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock and you got to get up and go to work, or get ready to go to work or take the kids to school or whatever, I am just like, oh. So yeah, I don't really become a person until noon because my body has to kind of figure out how to adjust, and you need tons of caffeine and all the other things that you go through to become a morning person. And in the process of this, so you're just like, okay. And then there was a situation where a couple of different segments of time in my life where it was like I had to be up at these weird hours, and I figured out the sweet spot. The reason why I have so much trouble probably going to sleep is because I'm fighting it. My body is saying at 7 o'clock it wants to go to sleep, and I'm tired, but I still have to get through finishing dinner and kids' homework and all the other things that were going on. And the next thing you know, I'm so tired. You know that you have push through your second win and your third win, and now you're just so wound up you can't go to sleep. I think that's the story of my life. And everyone be like, I could stay up. I'm a night owl. My mother always accused me of that. I could stay up and be awake till 3 o'clock in the morning and sleep till 2. I love that too. Oddly enough. So, there you go. But no. So, yeah, I can kind of deal with it that Hubster's got to be up at 3. Well, the hard part is that I have to stay awake till 9, 10, 11. And it's like, trying to get through the evening and get things done. And it's like, he needs to go to sleep. So it's like ushering him off and getting everything ready. And then I have to shut things down. And then by the time I get to wind down, it's late. Which is why, because we're up at 3 and I'm trying to kick him out of bed to go to work. I need a nap because he got more sleep than I did. So, yeah, not a happy camper being a morning person. But usually it was like, the funny thing is he used to work nights, so he'd work at 11 and get off at 8, kind of thing. And in the process of that, um, by the time he, on his day off, he'd be up at like the butt crack of dawn, like at 5 or 6, even though, and you're like, he's like, I'm a morning person. No, you're not. No, you're not. Actually, do I want to do like that one? Too dark. And we got a hodgepodge because I didn't clean off the stamper, so we got the remnants of the leftovers of everything else. Woo! Sneak peek will be tomorrow. So, are you getting? Are you signed up to get the emails, or the Oh, let me go see. Let me go see if I can find anything. I will give you details of what I can share. Nope. Where did it go? Oh. Yeah. But okay. So you do get that one, but let me see if I can figure out what I got. Oh. You know when you want to find something and then you can't? Okay. Okay. I will. I'll go search for it, and if we want to switch over from Melissa, go ahead and I'll say thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. And do not let those who are part of the Misery Loves Company Club recruit you, and they're always recruiting. I know everybody is just trying to be the best human they can be, and the world needs a lot more love and kindness. Thank you for joining me for this very short example of stamping. We'll hop on over to Melissa's. I'll go follow and watch and support her in the chats of that. And if I find details, I'll put them in the comments and share over there. See you soon. Thank you for all of those who watch on the replay. Bye.